Hey fellow agents, this is Agent Smith and we are playing Kentucky Route Zero. So in the previous episode we began Act 5 and for whatever reason we are a dragonfly made of pure light that is running around through all this stuff and at the same time being chased by a cat as we do so. It's not like we have to survive or anything, he just kind of follows and watches us. But nonetheless we are overhearing a lot of conversations and seeing a lot of narratives of situations. It seems to be after the events of the storm, which apparently was chronologically in between 4 and 5, so a lot of the town or this area has been destroyed, and it seems almost everybody that we've ever come across in here is here. Almost as if at some point, in my opinion, that this circular burial mound area that this neighborhood is built near is a metaphor or a dream of the river. You know, the Route Zero and the river and everything else were all a part of this. But like a dream sequence or someone dying, maybe a fever dream and is passing. Being that Conway has passed away or became one of these skeleton people anyway that work for the core of the consolidated company, it might be that. Maybe I was right all along. So, but either way, let's go ahead and go forward and see what this conversation is between Elmo and this man that's here. So, yeah. But before that, it was the company store. Oh, sure. I worked in a mine for a bit. Then you know all about it. Never enough. We had to start a garden. Oh yeah, I saw that. I wonder if you could get it. If we could get it started again. You may have to start from scratch with the vanilla. That's a delicate flower. If you want, and you promise to keep it a secret, I'll pass on my waffles recipe before I head out. Why so secretive? The mystery adds to the flavor. Well, I know I'm not sticking around. You think you'll do anything with this place? Hey, people gotta eat, right? Well, some people. And away we go with this thing here. I was about to keep moving. A narrative moment. These I like. I can just use my own normal voice for this. 3 Alpha. Lay paper flat. 3 Bravo. Bring bottom left corner up to top right corner. 3 Charlie. Crease with firm, steady pressure. A long diagonal fold. Nikki applied only gentle pressure. Looser flowers felt more alive, and she rolled her wrists. She rolled her wrists, period. That's it. That's a weird sentence. It was the 6th hour of her assigned company store shift, and she'd made dozens of flowers. Ron had bought a bouquet and cleaned out their stock that afternoon. Company store. 11. Repeat 4 Alpha through 7 for each petal. Take care not to rip the filaments from step 9. The company store used to have a dedicated staff until the civic responsibilities plan a few years back. Now everyone took 1 or 2 shifts a week on a mandatory voluntary basis. The commotion outside caught Nikki's attention, men yelling, blows landing. She put down her work and stepped out just in time to see the crowd disperse. Oh yeah, I barely noticed that there was a shadow person in that chair. Kitty kitty, how you doing? Let's go clockwise around this thing this time. Come on. The cat gets all confused. People sitting in the streets. Or shadows sit in the streets. Time is not relative. Clyde and Cass sat cross-legged in the shade of a light aircraft. Cass was shuffling cards and Clyde absently flipping through a stack of unopened letters. Demand for aerial stunts having faded almost completely and many of their company having died or aged out of the profession, Clyde and Cass found for their remaining pilots a steady flow of contract work delivering mail to remote rural areas. But this place was abandoned. Cass's cards predicted they'd be here for quite a while. Get out of that boxes, cat. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom. Oh, more furniture's going into the building. It's like segmented over time as we get more things in there. Conversation between Junebug and looks like... Who is this? Emily? Yeah, I'll miss them for sure. Beautiful creatures, so thoughtful. I bet. Where do you think you'll go? Oh, I don't know. For now, I'm just poking around the rubble. Emily pulls a videotape out of the rubble. Home videos? It could be. We showed a lot of them on the station. Emily pulls a broken projector out of the rubble. Elmo's projector. Oh, it's ruined. Poor Elmo. He'll be devastated. Oh, he'll be cool with it. Takes a lot to perturb that guy. Never seen perturb written down before. Very little very little I can salvage here. It wouldn't mean anything anyway. It's kind of a package deal. You need the tapes and the station and the people. If one part is missing, the whole thing falls apart. Yep. Alright. This guy got his little Zeppelin thing. He's getting ready to go. Gonna fly the heck out of here. What's with these guys? Little group of... When I see like all of the gray shadow people standing around, that's why I go to these. At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit overnight, alone. It's strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the truck was simply beautiful. The town didn't produce much garbage anyway, she said. Who would drive it and where? The only road in town was the old airstrip. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that damned messianic ditch. Still, they have a few things to dispose of. Broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. I feel like we're getting, like I said, a synopsis through all of this. Like we're just kind of closing stories as we learn about these little segments. Zoom. Ooh, hey. What is in this geodome? Love homes like this. You see these in California some places. Paint and chalk in the small bag. Paints and chalk are in the small bag. Diary in the large bag. Stuffed dog in the small bag. Photograph of Chris in the large bag. No, in the small bag. Sandra couldn't decide. Should she keep the photo of her husband, or should Alex keep the photo of his father? His father, more important. She dreaded the separation from her son. It was obviously a punishment, even though Fraser insisted it was just to help Alex develop independence and community ethics. She knew she was being punished for her complaints and feedback circle, and she was the only one who dared to speak against butchering the community's goats. She'd seen the same thing happen to Isabel. Isabel. Where was she now? She and her children just disappeared into the woods. She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered. Not for the first time. How Fraser had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim this incredible lattice of influence? Or had they simply blindly given it to him? I don't know who Fraser is. Oh, well, the people are sitting there, but I still don't know who the hell Fraser is. That's a brand new freaking name for me, man. I've been playing this for a minute. Never seen a Fraser. Horse pictures. Oh, it's a grave or something. So I try to follow the main characters when I see them walking off and doing things, because it usually leads to something. The seer reclined in a tree, carving fine details in a small wooden pipe. She had done the bulk of the carving over hazy mornings with the stone worker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy, or very sad, or bored. From this height, she could see the earth movers shaping the mounds underneath Draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he'd made from her game, the map. Interesting. Let's find some more ghosts to see. Hey, he's got a conversation. He's finally burying these horses. Yeah, they create like little horse memorials for them too. This weather makes you kind of wish it never stopped raining. You think after a big storm like that, the humidity ought to break. No such luck. How much further down should I go anyway? 6 feet's the rule for a person, and let's say the average person is 5'9". Now what I can't figure is, for purposes of burial, do you measure from the front legs or the back? Well, at least I'm putting the math in. If this were still company property, they'd be off to a landfill. Cold sons of bitches. Those greedy sons of bitches had finished that drainage ditch when they were supposed to. Well, I should put I should put some of that bile into digging those holes. Yes, he's referring to his bad language and anger. Bad langies. Let's see if anybody's around the circle. I really like this knife. Huh. I feel like this wasn't the same over here before, but maybe I'm just tripping. Tripping the balls. I am. The barn was there. I hear a kid playing. Some laughter. The laughter of a child. So innocent. Oh, what's this? There's a guy down there. Oh, really? The seer huddled in the small cave. The deer hunters ran by, shielding their eyes from the torrential rain. It must have looked like she was taking shelter, but she was waiting for the water to rise and envelop her. The water was warm. It rose above her knees. It reminded her of the womb. She closed her eyes. She wondered where the diver was now. If he had found the end of the route. Was he on his way back? Or had he been lost underground? Either way, it was too late. She thought back to the first flood, long before her birth, a flood she had only seen in dice rolls. She stayed there for a while and then opened her eyes again. Now the water was crossing her heart. She took the game pieces from her bag and released them, gently, into the flood. That's one way to go. Now, did we update something? Because it felt like I was missing something through all of this. I don't see many changes. Zoom. Mainly I'm looking for, like I said, for shadow people. Because obvious people, if I come by them, they tend to trigger a conversation a bit. Almost immediately, so I'm just keeping my eyes open for movement. And as I circle around for changes in the environment. There's all kinds of flies or bats or something going on in here. I thought it would do something, but it did not. Meowing in that space. They're discussing chasing an animal into the bushes, talking about a raccoon or something like that. I'm leaving them on the bottom of the screen for it to go through, but I don't want to try to read off all of these because there's a lot of jumping around I'm doing. I'm trying to get the big broad strokes in here, but it seems it wants to keep going and going. This man still has not finished his digging. Let's see what these guys are doing. Where are you flying to? Because it keeps resetting every time I come over here. Flying? Oh, huh. I'm just checking to see if everything works. It was working okay. You can fly to somewhere if you wanted to, though, right? Of course. So why don't you? Here we go. Keep your distance now. This is definitely different. I'm gonna follow him. Alright. That's just a huge change to the environment for us, having him over here. I wonder if that does anything, means anything. That was something I skipped over a bunch because it didn't really trigger an event like the normal ones. It wasn't a button to be pressed or anything. It was all the way to the end. Interesting. What about these guys? Choppy seas today, Captain. Aye, Captain, let's reinforce the mizzenmast. I don't know what it said. I was actually not reading that. I was just kind of seeing what these kids were up to. And seeing if there's some forward progress for this digging yet. I want to see if... See, it stopped. If I go back over, is he going to be back? Or will he be out there all stopped up? No, he's here. Awesome. Wow. Wow. Seems to be working okay. Julian's gonna love this. Who? Excited meows. Yeah, it's amazing. I guess I can kind of talk to them when these come up. So there is more interaction in respect of meowing at people. I was just running by the whole meowing before. But apparently it makes some kind of a difference, so. Hand me that rag. Hand me that rag, would you, with the embroidered bird on it. Yeah, we're getting close to done. This one? Hand me that rag, would you? The one with the embroidered bird on it. This one? Deja vu. Does it have a bird on it? Should be easy enough, kid. I think so. Don't you know what a bird looks like? It looks like a Julian. Yeah, but it's pretty small. I thought it was some letters. I guess that could be a bird on there. Oh, I guess that could be a bird on there. Well, it's a rag, ain't it? As long as it's a rag, I guess it'll work for mopping sweat. Mop up that sweat. Yeah, it's a rag for sure. Meow. Is that the end of that conversation bit? Okay. Let us run up and along, cat, and hear this conversation. There was a person over here. Right here. Boom. New segment. Thank you. Oh man, I didn't think I was going to come across something new. Wanda, into a tape recorder.
Part 4, subsection G, notes on inhabitants. Most have relocated already prior to the transitional event. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, right? Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, right? I can spot you easy now. I'm making a survey of this site for potential reclamation. Initial results are promising, and I think this may be the moment we finally reclaim this ghost town.
See, now we're getting some forward progress here. Let's hear this whole conversation about this knife. An aura about it now. Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
An aura?
An aura? There we go. Yeah, like it wasn't exactly used to cut people.
It's meant for greater things.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Hey, his kids are gone. Hey, there we go. Look at that shit. Finally. Oh man, I didn't think we'd ever get through in this, moving this forward or not. Hopefully this didn't run too crazy long. Ron gonna finally give us our memorial. The beautiful crane. This makes me want to play Out of This World or Flashback so you can see what I was talking about in the style of the graphics being so simplified and yet not. Oh, I'm sorry. We're done here, but we're gonna go do something else. Let's follow him. Oh yeah, all the people are gathering. Look at that. We gather here today. There we go. Oh God.
Hey all. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking around for this. I know we've all got places to, well, if anybody still needs somewhere to go, be sure to speak up, okay? I think Ron's headed through the woods tonight. And back to the road if you want to caravan.
You staying in?
Yeah. No, I'm heading out too. Now that the station is gone, there's nothing here for me. Sorry to say. For right now, though, we've got some friends to bury. The neighbors. Nikki has a poem, and I have a song. If anyone wants to say anything, though, I'll go first. The neighbors were kind and gentle, beautiful horses. They used to go on walks with the silver one out in the woods by... Why didn't anybody ever give them names? The silver one, well, I guess she was gray, but this coat looks silver in the light, so I always called him that in my head. And the other one is the other one, and I love these horses, but you'd never know it if you heard me talk about them like that. So I'm sorry, silver one and the other one.
That is weird. Why wouldn't they give him a name? Call him Silver. And something else.
Sorry, I don't have better names for you. You deserve better names. Also, sorry, I'm so bad at this. Anyone else have anything to say?
Everybody got something. I got something to say. I just wanted to say these horses used to crap on my floors, but it never bothered me too much. I never mentioned it to anyone. I didn't want to make a thing out of it. But if you're clearing the air, if we're all clearing the air, well, that happens, and it's okay. I mean, recently, too. I was cleaning up horse crap just a couple days ago, but I'm saying it was okay. it wouldn't be okay if any of you wanted to crap on my floors. I just want to say that. I would have cleaned up after any of you if you crapped on my floors. It would have been okay if anybody did. Oh, man. Okay, don't invite that shit.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks, Ron, because Emily is speaking.
Elmo. I was thinking about when all those canned carrots showed up in the mail. Y'all remember that? Somebody was calling around for some with some canned carrots they wanted to be rid of, and I guess Consolidated Power got word of it. So these cans of carrots showed up in the mail, and we didn't know what to do, where they came from at first. I tried some out. No flavor to them. So some of them were gray. Oof, just awful. Rita said that she's still okay to eat. It's still okay to eat them. Like, sometimes carrots just lose their color if they sit in a can too long. But nobody wanted them, really. Well, Aunt Connie came on TV with a message like, "Hope the horses are enjoying their treat." And we thought, okay, these are for the neighbors. Sure, horses love carrots, right? But the neighbors wouldn't touch them. Wouldn't even look at them. You'd think they were canned rocks. We opened a couple of dozen and set them all out by the water trough, and they were still there a day later. Even the raccoons steered clear. And then, of course, Consolidated sent us an invoice for every can we'd open. Already made out in company script. How do you like that?
Okay, I guess we better move on. Nikki, you ready?
Sure.
Thanks for sticking around, like Emily said. It's so good to have you all here for this. I think the neighbors would have liked this. All of us gathered here, they like to be around people. Maya, you and our other visitors might not know about the out-of-towner. He came here to work for the company, to dig a ditch, and the company worked him good and hard, and for less than he was worth. But it wasn't enough. They had to use him up completely. After that, he became unforgivable, ungovernable even. First out of shame, then grief, then anger. This is a poem for the neighbors, but it's also for this town. Yeah, we're gonna bury this town today when we bury these horses. It's the same thing. We're gonna bury these horses, and what do you think will happen next? We'll all walk out in the woods and leave this place empty. No, I guess some of us might stay and build again. That's all right. It couldn't be me. But to try is your birthright. If you do stay, you'll be building on top of a grave. But that's true anywhere. The whole world is built on top of graves. Look for me under your boot soles, as the fella says.
Nikki clears her throat and begins reading from the paper she's holding.
We all leave town and call that town a ghost. What ghost gave this town breath and made it home? And now the breath has gone, we've buried it here. What's left is not a ghost, it's just the bones.
Nikki directs her attention to Shannon.
Our neighbors were the best of us, of course. It's always so, our best shelves clear of ourselves where we can see their glory glow. They glow now underground, our friends with love. To greener pastures we might say, but lie. But staring at the clouds my vision showed. Below the earth and damp and torch-lit caves, some other cherished fools will build their home.
interestingly weird poem. Then we buried the horses.
I've heard of a land of joy and peace and wonderful life.
Glad I don't have to sing. And my voice wasn't wrong for her.
Place of mansions fair and skies so bright, where all who believe the Savior dear forever shall stay. And having been saved by grace divine, I'm going that way.
Is it me or there are more shadow people appearing?
I'm going that
There are.
way.
Right?
I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
They are humming, besides me.
Glorious news I tell and sing as onward I go. For those who are still astray in sin, my Savior may know.
Very beautiful.
I want
Didn't really know these horses, though.
sing that praise above some beautiful day. For glory to Him who died for me, I'm going that way. I know I shall meet Him at the gate when trials are past. I know I shall meet Him face to face in glory at last. Oh, I believe that when we meet, well done, He'll say. While trusting my soul redeemed in love, I'm going that way. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Yes, dear, the Savior I adore is with me each day. I'm clinging to Him and never to stray. Just singing praises all day long. I'm going that way.
I didn't even know these horses, and that's got me. Oh, man. This is a song, I think, is what did it. And all the ghosts. Oh, lordy. Very beautiful. Even though I don't feel like we really had a relationship with these characters in these horses here. They definitely make you feel for them. And just the loss, the whole town, and the fact that everybody knew them. And just all of the detail that they put into that aspect of it is so very beautiful. I had to wipe away tears, so... Especially when I started humming along with it. I don't know if that was just excitement for actually being on the tune with them, or just simply the fact that it was so just sad. I don't even know. What am I supposed to do now? Everybody's going about their day. Are we all going somewhere? Everyone seems to be heading the same general direction. Maybe we're all leading to something. To the new house? Yes. Sure enough, yeah. A big open library and home with everything in here. This episode may be running a bit long, but that's okay. It might be the very last one, so... And if it's not, well, either way, very beautiful. Beautiful way to end that segment. A beautiful way to end the life of the horses we had heard of only a few times, and the fact that they had died. I mean, the whole circumstance of them dying in a flood, and just the little stories and stuff, even though I created them, they still felt very sad. So, not many a game can give you characters you have no connection to. They make, in this short of a time, make you feel for them. And it's amazing. Amazing, amazing work these guys did. Oof. My face is catching light. I don't know where from. Probably because it's daytime still in here. I don't really record during the day. That was it? Okay, so I had to look it up real quick. Apparently I missed a character that I was supposed to meet in the very beginning. So I'm going to play through in the beginning. We're supposed to have met someone in Act 1 named Carrington. So that way we can unlock this little bit right here that we're not able to get through. So we're going to restart in Act 1 real quick. And then once I've found this person and left, it should break open the last segment of the storyline. Now, I will save that for the next episode. But what we have to do in the introduction of the story... God dang, with this bright light. I don't know how I've got to adjust my camera. Or my, yeah, I don't know how I have to adjust my freaking green screen to get it to do what I'm trying to do here. But either way, I'm losing. I'm just going to shade myself, maybe. No, that's not it. It's my actual overhead light. Well, let me back off from it. So anyway, like I said, I will see you guys in the next episode as we get the final actual act. As I say that many times. But basically, you got to go in the very beginning when we go to the oil place. Immediately after, we turn back to go back to the oil place, and we should come across a man named Carrington. And once we've met him, it should unlock the final act. And then I'll do that in the next episode. It'll be a complete and actual ending for this. So I hope you enjoyed so far, and if you are looking forward to seeing the final ending of this, that ending was what you get if you missed the one character, and the ending we're about to do will be the one if you've gotten all the stuff there is to see, or at least the characters to meet. So if you're enjoying this, then I will see you all in the next episode, in the final episode of Kentucky Route Zero. Have a great day.
Oh, hey! I see that you guys are done with this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, you can see another one over here on the right hand side. And of course, we've also got one on the left as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.